Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got cussy. I was talking to a dad today. I've told you guys before, it's a good idea, and this is one reason I fought off a bogus anti-harassment order. Anti-harassment, domestic violence, protection order, restraining order, they all end up doing the same thing. You get your guns taken away, you get restrained from the freedom to go wherever you want and see your kids. But I fought off a bogus anti-harassment order. One of the biggest things I did was distance myself from the mother. I told the judge, like, look, in the middle of a court hearing, I realized, wait a minute, the mother's sitting here talking like I'm trying to be back with her, or I want to get with her, or I want to talk to her. I said, wait a minute, there seems to be a perception in here that they're giving off that I'm trying to talk to the mother. When I call her house, I'm checking on my kid. Her roommates are calling in or answering the phone and running interference as if I'm a stalker or something. I could care less whether I talk to the mother ever again. I just want to see my kid. And the judge goes, oh, then we don't even need a restraining order. And the mother's friends and her sister and a coworker or a couple and a lady that I dated for a short period of time, they're all screaming, no, save her. So the judge ended up just granting her a 2-week temporary order until we got to family court. He said, you guys are going to family court in 2 weeks. Okay, fine. I'll just hold this in place just in case, and it drops off. So she didn't win anything. She just had another temporary emergency order until we went to family court. And she never got any restraining order in family court either. She tried over several years. She tried 6 other times. But I distanced myself. I stole her thunder. That was her whole thing. Oh, James is this, and he was controlling the relationship, and I've had so much peace with my family since I cut him off. I'm like, okay, so? And I was actually the one who didn't want to be with her, and she was lying. She was mad I didn't want to marry her and stuff like that. But the main point is I distanced myself from her, so the perception of the court wasn't that I was trying to stalk her or be around her. And when you go to court, I've learned the art of piling it on also and saying the same thing a few different ways or layering my argument so that it's overwhelming. Like I might say, hey, look, the mother's alienating the children. She's undermining the father-child relationship. She's brainwashing the children. The environment is toxic over there. When children are supposed to be free to love their parents, she's creating this toxic atmosphere where they feel guilty for just freely loving their dad. All these things, I might be talking about alienation or undermining or withholding a child or talking bad about me. But see how I just said that like 5 different ways? Alienating, undermining, withholding, being toxic and slandering me to the kids, alienating my affections and destroying the bond. She's harming the kids. But I kind of said the same thing over and over right there. There's an art to going to court. And there's a show that attorneys put on. Now, it's easy for attorneys because the stage has been set. In every court case, assume the mother gets full custody, the dad gets every other weekend. And if you throw out a bunch of buzzwords, you will trigger the court to react emotionally. And I just talked to another guy today. They basically gave him supervised visitation in case it's true that he abused his kid. And then I talked to him about they have to make a finding of fact before they say that you can't do this or can't do that. Like in criminal court, they make a finding of fact. We find the defendant guilty of murder. Therefore, the judge will give life sentence or the death penalty. The judge doesn't halfway through the trial or before trial begins or at the arraignment say, well, just in case you did it, I'm going to give you the death penalty. They don't sentence somebody without making a finding of fact. And the trier of fact, or the person who makes the finding of fact, whether they did it or not, is the jury. So, how can the court treat you like a child abuser unless they find that you're a child abuser? Well, just in case you did it. This isn't just in case court. This is a court of finding of facts and conclusions of law. So when you understand these basic fundamentals, it doesn't matter whether they're attacking you with child abuse, domestic violence, or you're mentally ill and stuff. You know that basic fundamental thing. So you need to get the basic fundamentals down. So that's usually people fully grasp that usually when they get a consult with me. That's why people need to get a one-on-one consult. You cannot grasp everything that you need to know by watching all of my videos unless you watch the videos, learn everything, take notes, and go off and study the right things. Now, it is possible, but you got to make it your life obsession to do that. If you get a consult with me, you will save yourself time, money, and energy, and hours or days or weeks or even months trying to figure this stuff out on your own. And too many people want to get some help without some direct precision, one-on-one. They want to figure it out on their own without getting the help of one-on-one precision, picking apart like what's going on in your case. I might talk to five or 10 different people who are being alienated, but we might talk. Each consult might be totally different because they need to learn this specific thing about the laws in their state, or they need to find this type of case law, or they need to employ this type of strategy, or they need to look up the science and the data, or they need, or maybe they need to know a little bit of everything. I have a guy who has a hearing next week. I think it's next week. And he did a motion, but he didn't write a declaration with any kind of evidence or exhibits or his statement. And he's got a new girlfriend who would be his best witness to show that he's not a monster. And he didn't put any of that in there. So we needed to get right to what was going to be put in his declaration. He didn't even know he needed a declaration. So he didn't need a whole bunch of study on a bunch of case law and things like that. He needed to get some of the law down, but he needed to get his facts together. Somebody else might have a declaration, so they need some finer points about their oral argument. So you can be kind of in the same situation, but depending on, just like anything else in life, if you understand Algebra 1, you can go to Algebra 2. If you understand Algebra 2, you can be in geometry. If you understand geometry, you can go to trigonometry. Now, it's all math, and, you're trying to get a math degree, but wherever you're at, you're going to need lessons to deal with, you get my point. Hopefully. But you're going to get precision help with a one-on-one consultation, or else you need to watch every single video and study everything I talk about in the videos. And that will take literally 100 times longer than sitting down with me and get answers from me in an initial hour and a half session. So that being said, back to piling it on. So when I was talking to a guy today, it occurred to me, this woman is saying, okay, he's abusive, he's a domestic violence perpetrator. She only said that after he filed for divorce. While they were married, the few years that they were married, never called the cops, never had an incident. But then I thought about it. I tell you guys to say stuff like, I could care less whether I talk to her ever again. Distance yourself. Propose meeting the kids and her for exchanges at the police department or at a public place or a third party. That way you are proactively setting things up so that you're still distancing yourself. So how could you be a stalker, psycho, control freak who wants to abuse her and doesn't want to let her go if you're saying let's meet at a police station where there's cops and surveillance cameras? Or let's do a third-party exchange so I don't have to see her. And a lot of these emotional basket case psychotic women will go to court and say, he wants me really bad. And they're so stupid, they're sticking to their dumb argument. And you say, Your Honor, I propose that we meet at a police station. I propose that we talk through text messages or family law, family wizard or whatever. I propose that we don't have, I could care less whether I talk to her or see her ever again. I just want to be an involved father. See, I just said 3 different angles proving that. But I realized with this guy filed for divorce. The profile of a domestic violence perpetrator, go look up the wheel of power and control. It's a commonly used pie chart that talks about, here's the different pie pieces and elements of a domestic violence perpetrator. They abuse finances. They abuse the children or use the children as a weapon. They use male privilege because it's assumed that men always do it. And they're, doing this and that to control the person. So if you go to court and you say, she says you're a domestic violence perpetrator, I don't fit that profile. I filed for divorce to separate myself. I proposed a parenting plan that we meet at a police station. I proposed that we communicate through Family Wizard. I've totally distanced myself from her. What is she even talking about? She flatters herself. So I've never brought up that point when I'm talking about, piling on layers of stuff and coming at different angles. That if you're the one who filed for divorce or filed for a parenting plan, and in your parenting plan you propose distancing yourself or going through a third party, going to a police station, you're the one doing the distancing, so you can't possibly be the domestic violence perpetrator. So that's another framework or defense or